Oh, do I have a lot of cool things for you today. I finally decided what my big project for the next year will be, for this and the next year will be. I'm gonna make a game similar to a really simplified version of both Persona and Pokemon games in 2D. And for that, I need to set everything up. And most probably the other part of this video will be related to either machine learning or even the roguelike project that I've been also working on. So if you are interested in any of these concepts, please stay and watch the video, and I'm gonna leave the timestamps in the description below. First things first, let me open Google. Let me ask my friend Google, who has been a bit disadvantaged since ChatGPT came out, but when it comes to steps of setting something up on my computer, I trust Google more than ChatGPT, especially the most recent guides. So let me do a quick search here. How to install Unity on Linux. So there's a question already. So there's the question. How the hell? Google, you need to fix this shit. You need to fix this shit, man. I'm looking here for a link. I know this is the official guide, but sometimes I like also to read some unofficial ones just to compare what I'm doing. But I want to see those results at the top. I don't want to see videos and what's this? An AI generated response. I want these links, brother. 9 months ago, 2 months ago, how to install Unity. Okay. So what's that? That's it. Oh no, there's a lot more. But okay. This should be easy. The Unity Hub supports the following operating systems: Windows 10, macOS, and Ubuntu. I'm sure that I'm having at least LSB release, at least the 2404 version. So this is alright. The Unity Hub supports the following operating systems. All three of these. Alright. Install an older version. So I don't need any of the instructions for the older version. I don't need the older version. Go to the download Unity page on the Unity website. Download for Linux. Oh, you must be kidding me. Alright. Wait. Where is the step? Select download Unity Hub. Open the installer file, follow the instructions in Unity Hub setup window. When you install Unity Hub for the first time, the Unity Hub runs and opens the welcome page to continue to navigate the application. Okay, so let's start with Unity Hub. So I assume these steps are the same as these steps, right? Yeah. Yes, wait, so this is the same. This is the same thing. So this is download page. And if I click this, it routes me back here. All right, so this is like a cyclic dependency, an infinite loop. So this is the link. Where's my terminal? It's here. So Debian. It's only this. The other things are for CentOS and the Red Hat Enterprise. The beta versions. I don't want the beta versions. I want these versions. Repository and key. I copied this by mistake. Bum. Okay, to add the Unity Hub repository, you need an entry in sources list. Run the following command to add the Unity repository. Okay. Then we update the package cache and we install Unity Hub. For some systems, you may need to ensure the following. All right, we're gonna. Some of these are failing, no idea why. Unity Hub. Oh, it's gonna take some time. All right, let me take a look at this again. So when you install the Unity Hub for the first time, the Unity Hub runs and opens the welcome page. To continue to navigate the application, you need to either sign in with your Unity ID or I need to create one. Oh, it's installed. And after that, Unity Hub. Amazing. Create an account. Let me do this off screen. What's this? Ah, how to install Unity. All right. So it seems like can I just log in now? Open Unity Hub, but the Unity Hub is already opened. Ah, everyday creativity starts here. Welcome to Unity Hub, your home base to download and manage installations, create and open projects, and discover helpful resources to accelerate productivity. So what does it say here as well? You need to install the Unity Hub. What should I do after that? This is the Unity Hub instructions. So most probably I install the editor. Install editor. Ah, it's in progress. Unity 6.1, or maybe I should have installed at least the latest stable version. Ah, hell with it. Okay, it's downloading, it's downloading, it's downloading. While this is downloading, let me tell you a bit more about the game. So I was thinking to make it 2D like Pokemon. And it's gonna be an RPG with a lot of exploration, and the fighting will be turn-based. So hopefully it works out. Again, I don't know anything about coding games, so let's see how it works out. Let's see how it works out. Maybe I'll just do a couple of those easy ones before I start. Okay, let's wait for this to finish. In the meantime, I'll take a look at how's the experience on Linux nowadays. I'm looking to move to using Linux instead of Windows. So I use Linux as my main OS and I work with Unity pretty much every day. It works perfectly fine. Occasionally there are some glitches or differences. Okay, it doesn't sound comforting. Ubuntu is my main OS and never had any problem on Unity. Another user. I'm curious about why would you do that? I'm looking to shift into other areas of software development, not just games. So for future game projects, I will use Godot. But I still need to maintain various Unity projects. I also never liked Windows. Fair. I also never liked Windows. The last good Windows was XP, most probably. Unity is the only thing that could tie me to Windows, but if it works fine on Linux, then I'll be finally free. Oh yeah. There's always a guy who suggests dual booting. I use Linux personally. I find the editor font size too small. There have been some obscure bugs which have totally broken latest version. Wait, so can I develop? But wait, can I develop Windows games for Linux? Wait. When was this? This was a year ago. Unity and Game Dev. I'm planning to switch to Arch Linux, but I've heard that if you make games on Linux, you can only release it for Linux. Is this true? Not true. Unity makes it easy to port to any platform from any platform. Great. Great, 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 great. Nice. Nice. This is a good thing. So where are we? Making good progress here. Okay, now, well, this is running. I think once this one finishes downloading, the other one will also pump up in speed because they divided the throughput. But wait, what's the difference between Unreal and Unity? I have no idea. What is the difference between Unreal and Unity? Okay, so Unreal is a step above Unity. Okay. Okay. Where are we? This one is almost done. So what other things I wanted to do? Oh, it's done. Finally, it's done. It's done. It's done. The install is complete. What now, brother? I have the editor. I have the editor. How do I run it? Ah, I can create projects. Okay, I'll do this later. Let me just finish the article now. Okay, now when we have already installed Unity, I have the hub here. There are project installs, learn, community, and settings. Here, I don't think any of these are. Oh, I had Teams, match system. Oh, this hurts. This hurts the eyes. What version of Unity do I have actually? Let me just make sure. Not the user menu, is it the settings? 3.13. No, this is the Unity Hub 3.13, and I have Unity 6.1. Okay. Now, why I wanted to have the latest stable version is because they are updated bi-weekly with bug fixes for 2 years. At least it was back in the time. That's actually the good thing because we have stability, we have long-term support. But this is not the latest stable version, right? Official releases, pre-releases, no. I mean, I'm fine with this. Should be alright. Should be alright. What's this? 3D beginner game, roll a ball. View on Unity Learn. So this is a whole ass tutorial, it seems. 2 hours and 15 minutes. Yeah, let's start with this. Let's start with this. All content in this course uses version 6.0, which is great because I have a version 6.0. Setting up the game. Welcome to Roll a Ball. In this learning project, you'll use Unity Editor and its built-in capabilities, blah, blah, blah. Okay. What's this? These are some steps. By the end of this tutorial, your game will look something like this. Like what, my man? Like what? Is this even working? But how do I... Can I open the step? No idea. No idea. No, let's close this. I don't want to use this. Even though getting started with Unity Web, what's this? This looks nice. This looks really nice. But let's turn this off. Let's do something on our own. So first things first, I assume that the projects are collections of all files that our game will be composed of. These files are called assets, okay? And we can have different types of assets like images, audio, 3D models, script files, and so on. Okay, so now we should actually create one project. Okay, we have. Okay, so let's do this again. I'm clicking new project here. And what are these? These must be all the templates that we are having. All right. All right, what template I will use? What template I will use? Yeah, let's select this one. So this is I mean this one was the most obvious. It's the universal 3D template. This template includes the settings and assets you need to start creating the universal render pipeline. Do I need to click something? No. How can I select this? Oh, like this, and then I probably click. I'm just gonna put those. I'm just gonna put it. No, can I? Okay. Projects. Unity. Select folder. Okay, I'm gonna put everything in Unity, and then I go create project, and it's configuring my project. What? Oh, I got terms and conditions screen. I have read, even though I haven't used. Okay, accept and continue. Ah, damn, I haven't put a name for this, for my project. It's only my project. Okay, no problemo. This loading screen looks amazing. Actually, one of the rare loading screens and wallpapers in the last 5 to 10 years that I really find impressive. I don't know what it is. It's a microchip, but it's also a city of some sort. Interesting. Okay, now what is Unity doing? It's creating, and it will probably automatically open the project as well. It's gonna take a while, but after that, we should see a window where here. Okay, it's still loading. And that's it. That's it. I have no idea what's happening here. Empty template. Welcome to the universal render template. Can I remove you somehow? All right. So let me close this. Can I close this? I can't close this. It seems I'm clicking X, but there is nothing happening. Okay, it took some time. Can I rename you, brother? Maybe not right now, because as soon as I clicked it, it opened it again. Again, I have been requested to accept the terms and agreements, and again, it's gonna take. I hope the second time, yeah, it does this faster. Okay, we have assets. If I right click on it, I have open containing folder. And where is this located? Projects, Unity, my project, assets. So the assets are located in this new project inside assets. Again, from the experience I have in software development and web development, we have assets, which I assume assets will hold all the files we will create and use for our game. We have also packages, which, oh, they are JSON. Packages lock, nice. We have packages, we have project settings, interesting. Okay, I assume that the packages will hold different extra functionalities or modules, things like that, things that we will use most probably in the future. What else do I have? I have the library folder. What's this? Okay, okay. So inside library, we have assets that were specifically converted for the use case of managing them and incorporating them in Unity. If we put assume again, all of this, I'm reading the documentation here. I'm also doing it side by side. I assume that here we're gonna put images or whatever, and they will be recalibrated, put here. All right. Um, let's dip our toes into the water now. I need to start. I don't know. I need to start creating some assets, creating some elements, uh, setting up scenes. So let's start. So what is a scene actually, and where can I find a scene? Is this the scene? Sample scene. We have the camera, we have the light, and we have the volume. So what exactly is a scene? A scene is used in order to separate our game into sections with, all right. So scenes are most probably distinguishable sections inside the game itself. For example, different levels, maps, when you lose, loading screens, splash screens, home screens, stuff like that. But why do we need a scene? Maybe the best way would be for me to share my screen. Maybe the best will be for me to share my screen. Let me just move it here. Nice. And I'm just gonna use Devil Spy to remove the top section here. Amazing. Where am I? I'm here. Okay. I'm back. So, what's a Unity scene? All right. Why do we separate our game into different sections called scenes? Is because so Unity can process and load just the data needed for the scene. Okay. Unity scene. Unity uses only what it needs for the scene. But wait, how do open world games handle this? How do open world games handle this? It's a question. It's a question to be asked. Okay, so a scene is a specific section of a game. Simple, relatively simple. Now, I opened my Unity project. I see my editor. So we have these sections here, which half of these I have no idea what they do, but let's start something simple. I'm gonna do file, new scene. Oh, I have a new window here. We have basic, standard, empty, and basic with built-in. What's the difference? Basic contains a camera and a directional light. Contains a camera, directional light, a global volume with the selection. What's this? This is empty. Okay, let's select the most basic one. So I assume what we'll have a camera and a directional light. Create. So it replaced this scene that we had here. Then I'm gonna select game objects. I'm gonna select 3D objects, and I'm gonna select a cube. Okay. So how do I navigate this here? How do I move my mouse? Okay. Okay, I can't select anything. The left click isn't working. Can I move? Can I use, okay. I can move around using the arrows on my keyboard. Oops. Or I can click the right click and then move it again. I can move shift. With shift, I'm moving faster. Okay. With Q and E, I can move up and down. With holding the right click and moving left and right, I can pan my camera. The mouse wheel. What have I done? Have I clicked something wrong? The mouse wheel is zooming in and out. Or maybe not. It's not zooming in and out. If I click an object, how do I click an object? Was this view tool, move to view tool? You must be fucking kidding me. How do I click on an object? So I can click on an object, but I can't actually click on an object because why? Move tool. I don't want a move tool. My escape isn't working. How can I select an object in Unity? What the hell? Where am I? Scene view. I am in the scene view. I mean, I can click here on the box, but there's. I still don't understand why I can't click on it directly. Doesn't matter. So if I focus, so if I click on it and then focus, oh, okay. With F, I'm focusing on the object. See. All right. So now if I click again, I'm holding the right mouse and Alt or Alt and the right mouse. No. I'm not doing something correctly, it seems. Okay, so I need to hold the left mouse button and hold Alt in order to move around our object. Okay, so I assume this is not the main thing I can do. I can just form objects. And I have here, what do I have? This structure, which is a visual tool that is helpful in order to modify certain properties of our object. So what can I do now? Can I pick one of these? Okay, with the okay. Okay, so I can move it like this. what is the sphere? The sphere is rotating it. Okay. All right, so on the tutorial I'm reading is just trying to explain the Cartesian system, like I don't know what it is. But basically, we have the x, y, and z coordinates, and they are located on the plane. And each color, as you can see here, is associated with a certain axis. So we have the forward vector, which is the z, we have the right vector, and the y is the up vector. And based on these values, we know, for example, if we say, oh, okay, so we have an x which is at 5. So if I know that it's 5 units, just a second, can I? Okay, I know that it's 5 units along the x-axis, 0 units along the y-axis, and 0 units along the z-axis as well. Okay. Okay, that's actually interesting here because with a cube, it's not that visible because a cube is a cube. There is no clear distinction between each of its sides. But at one point, if we, for example, import a vehicle into Unity and the front of the vehicle points along the x-axis, we would need to change it to y. Sorry, not to y, to z-axis, because z-axis is the one that says what goes forward and backwards. The x-axis goes from right to left because it will rely on that settings. Okay, where is the transform? Is here. So if I click X, okay, if I click X, I'm rotating. Is this red? Yeah, this is red. So if I click red, I'm rotating it along the x-axis. If we want to rotate it at horizontally, I'm rotating against the green, and that's the y. So what else we have? What is this little cube right here doing? Ah, how can I? Okay, but it's only increasing it in total size. How can I scale it across a certain? Can I scale it across a certain coordinate, or basically stretch it? No, that's not it. Ah, amazing, amazing. focus. Wait, cool, cool, really cool. Okay. So basically, so I have another cube. How do I move the cube? How do I move the cube? Is it Alt? No, it's not. How is the cube moved, brother? View tool. Move tool. Why doesn't it work? Why doesn't it work? So I select, then I click W. And then I move it like this. Okay. Then I move it like this, and then can I rotate it? Wait. How? Wait. Rotate like this. Then move again. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, how do I? Okay. Then I select this guy again. I move it here. Can I press it against this wall? No. Can I press this guy against this wall? Oh, I can. Amazing. So if I copy and paste it one more time, I can what's the not scale, rotate. I can rotate it again. Oh, I love this. Then I can move it. And then I can move it here. Maybe a bit here. All right. I have a building complex. All right, what else do we have? What else do we have? Again, these are just the bare basics, which again, I did work a bit in Blender, not gonna lie, but this is a completely different thing. So I'm still trying to learn the basics. I think learning the most obvious things, the bare minimum, knowing the shortcuts, knowing where some commands are, where some how certain things work, what's on the screen. I think that's really important for the future. It's a great foundation for whatever you want to do later on. And that's why I really like that. So again, our project is being composed of assets. Scene is a specific type of asset. But on the other hand, a scene contains game objects. So how can we create an object? Oh, okay. We have something called components. It goes like this, most probably. It goes like this. A project contains assets, and one type of asset is a scene, and the scene is contained and made of game objects, and game objects are made um, of components. All right, all right, all right. So if I select a game object, this is what really interests me. So this is the inspector panel, and it has all of these options, configurations, and properties of game objects. So we have the transforms, the positions, the rotations, and the scale. This is, what's this? Okay, this is the no. No, this is the mesh that are we using. We can change it from a cube to something else. I don't want to do this right now. Materials, we have some lightning, probes, additional settings. All right. But there's a thing which I just realized. These properties are not part of the game object itself. They are properties of components of the game object. And all of these things, which are these big sections, they are the components of the object. We have a transform here. We have a mesh filter, a mesh renderer, and a box collider. Okay, the transformer. First look, it just holds what the positions, the rotations, and the scale of the object, and it seems like it just holds properties of the object itself. And then we have mesh filters, we have mesh renderers, and they are handling the creation of a 3D model, the creation and the rendering of a 3D model. So, okay, the mesh renderer will render the 3D model. And then we have the box collider, which what it does, again, my first instinct is it handles the behavior of my game object in relation to other objects in the world. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to turn one of these cubes into another object, another mesh filter. So what I did, I opened the inspector panel. Again, we have all the objects components here. So every object, as again I said, has a mesh filter. So in the inspector, I'm looking at the mesh filter here. So this is the cube. What if I click on it? I can't click on it. I need to click on the tiny circle button next to it. And here I have these lists of shapes. I'm gonna select a sphere. What's a capsule? A sphere. And if I close it, okay, maybe let's scale it like 2, 2, 2. Maybe 2, 2, 2 is much. Maybe it's not much. Okay, another thing. So I need to add some physics to the sphere as well. So if I click add component here, if I look for something called rigid body, is there? It's there. Rigid body, which will tell Unity to apply some gravity and physics to the object. And let me maybe move it above. And where do I click play here? Okay, it needs to reload and set everything up. But what? Okay. Nice. So I can also move my camera. Where's my camera? It's here. How do I move my camera? How do I move my camera? Like here, if I play again. Oh, nice. But why don't I have... Wait. I want to do something else now. I'm gonna select the ball. And then... No, I don't want this. What have I done? What have I done? I want to move it here. Can I move it also above? And now if I click play, it should, because it has a box collider, it should, I didn't put it. Wait. Position. No, wait. Rotation 0, 0, 0. Six zero zero 8 7. Wait. Six zero minus 1. 7 7. No, 7. Minus 1. There's no way. It's here. Is it here? I just want to, I just want to see it collide with the structure here, man. I know how. Okay. Now it must collide. Ha! Looks nice. So an object Unity is built from components, and we can add, remove, and modify these components here to change how it looks, acts, or interacts with the world. We can also add an audio source. We can also add a collider and stuff like that. Cool. I'm gonna save this because how can I save my project? Save Unity. Unity, my project. Save. What? Wait, I want to save the whole project, man. Save project. Okay. If I click X, you save. What? What can I call this scene? Scene 1? Where? How do I save this, brother? Scenes. It's inside scenes. Scene. I have no idea what I've done. Hopefully I did something good. But thank you all for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. I know this one was a short episode, but I wanted to do other things. In the end, I only installed Unity. And the next one will be a better one, I promise. So see you. Bye bye.